toucan staring right at us.
Just kidding.
No, but for real though. That's what those are.
They're looking at you?
Yep.
The pelican and the toucan? How's your chili?
It's good. It's good chili. We went to Turn Up the Beat
Turn up the beat?
in Port Angeles. Really good. Highly recommend.
You're just drinking it. Wow. It's intense.
Wait. I have crackers because I'm a cracker. So, today we woke up, tried to drive to Port Angeles, found out the bridge is closed. So what do we have to do? You know, we took a detour down this one-lane / two-way, one-way road. Very intense driving.
Can you clarify what exactly you mean by a...
It's a two-way, one-way road, which means it's like a mountain road meant for one car at a time. But because of this detour, there's a bunch of cars on it. So it wasn't quite wide enough for two vehicles, so it was really slow moving. And there was no center line. There was white lines on the side, and that's it.
That was sketchy.
Interesting. So yeah, if you're in the area, the bridge on the 101 is closed by Lake Crescent, so you gotta go back to the 112 to come up to the Port Angeles. And of course, we're staying near the Claw Hoy campground, so we're like off of the official detour route, because the official detour is like another highway to another highway, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But we're so close to Lake Crescent that we had to take the unofficial local detour that Google Maps gave us. And then we arrived at Port Angeles. Beautiful day. Thought about taking a dip, but decided against it. And then we took a bus. We got on a bus. And we went up to the ridge, the Hurricane Ridge, in the Olympic National Park. The bus is $1, and it saves you like 40 minutes of driving, so you save money on gas, cuts down on congestion in the park. Very, very much worth it. And my truck's just sitting in a charging station getting charged up.
What did you think of Hurricane Ridge?
Hurricane Ridge probably has never seen a hurricane in its entire life, so I don't think it's very aptly named. But it's good. It was great. It's beautiful. Went up like 5,000 feet in elevation.
What was the highlight for you?
We could actually see Mount Olympus clearly for the first time.
Yeah,
we
that
went
was
on a
cool.
short ranger-led walk, and he like pointed it out.
Seeing some of the
Lots
glaciers up there.
Lots of glaciated terrain up there.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the crevasses from afar, so definitely go with a partner if you do decide to do it. Rope up, you know, all the glacier terrain travel.
Well, I think you know what my favorite part was, because I couldn't stop taking photos of them.
Oh yeah, lots of very pretty flowers
Yeah.
on the alpine meadow flowers. Are gorgeous.
Yeah.
We'll put those in the video that we make in a week or two, whenever we get it finished.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see for yourself just how gorgeous they really are. And then we saw deer. We saw at least 4 different deer, and the baby deer, and crows.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of crazy. I think I've seen more wildlife here than any of the other national parks we've been to so far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There has been an abundance of deer. We did see elk.
Got a very loud motorized car. Or
Motorized-
car.
Motorized bicycle.
Motorized bike, yeah.
Please.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
So we can walk and show them beauties of the beach at Port Angeles.
Oh, you just hiccuped.
Yeah, I just hiccuped.
You only ever hiccup once.
Yeah, funny story. When I was a kid, I used to hiccup like a normal person, and then I overcame my normality, and I
You
acquired
overcame
this
it.
huge perk in life called the one hiccup. Now, if I ever get the hiccups, it's only one. That's it. I've conquered the hiccups,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't release my secret. So, sorry. You are a normal person. That sucks to be you. Just kidding. But I do only hiccup once. Ask her.
It's very strange. Okay, so today's the last trip, last day of our itinerary on the Olympic Peninsula, exploring Olympic National Park.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that we've seen so far?
Today,
On our trip.
we've seen beaches. We've seen trees. Elk. Deer. Flowers. Trees. Big trees. Little trees. Dead trees. Live trees. It's like watching the Circle of Life movie in one place when you're in a national forest like this, it's rainforest, because they've got dead logs that are nursing new logs, and it's like that tree had to die so these could live. It's crazy.
We learned a lot about trees at the Hoh Rainforest. That was one of our earlier stops.
Yep,
What'd you think of that?
they're big,
The trees.
big trees. What else did we learn at the whole rainforest? Not to leave the trail. You leave
Oh,
a trail
yeah.
of destruction behind you everywhere you walk.
That was sad.
It's crazy to see the worn down path of people walking where there could be flowers. This is Hollywood Beach, I guess. What's this sign say? Port Angeles is clearly a port on the ocean where they traffic humans illegally. No, I'm just
Oh my goodness.
some food and trees. Lots of trees probably come through here. Let's go straight along the Pupa. And then there's a Coast Guard station and an airport on that thing over there, which you can't see right now. You may not see all the things illustrated on the new waterfront trail displays, but on rare occasions, endangered species are available to visit. Perhaps they stop to visit us, experience the ambiance of a waterfront trail project.
Did you say dangerous species or endangered species? Okay. So they're not, okay.
Which I assume are like all of these pictures of animals. Bald eagle we saw the
Seagull. We haven't seen any whales yet. That's on my list for before we leave Washington. I'd like to see some
We're gonna
whales.
want a whale watching tour?
Yeah. Oh, we saw some ducks at, where did we see the ducks?
On the Hoh River.
We saw ducks on the Hoh River.
Yeah, when we were camping on the Hoh River.
That was a cool camp spot.
Yeah, there was a really cool boondocking spot. It was like $5 a night, right off the 101, off by the Hoh River Rainforest turnoff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like a mile south or east.
Yeah.
South. I think it was south. Yeah, a mile south of that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
We parked really close to the water.
The Hoh River.
And
right on the Hoh River.
The day we left, do you want to tell them what happened with the water level?
Oh yeah, we woke up and the water level was like almost at our tires because we parked too close to the river, I guess. But we didn't die and we didn't lose any furniture, so it's just another story. And the story of stories in this YouTube channel series vlog of the national parks that I'm doing. And big tall mountains and state high points and whatever else comes into. So that's cool. That's a big boat.
Ooh, let's go check out that octopus.
Octopus made out of rock.
Yeah.
One of the coolest displays I've ever seen with art like material was in Bend, Oregon. They actually have a recycled trash project they turn into art right on the ocean. That's pretty cool to see. They've got an entire company dedicated to collecting trash and then making it into art and selling it.
What is this? What are those things?
They're rocks.
No,
Oh,
locks.
The locks, the love locks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's probably what they are. Toot toot.
This is indeed. What'd you call it?
Art.
Art. It's a rocktopus. That's that's what it is.
That's funny.
That's nice. This is, I think, the Marine Life Center in Port Angeles. We have not gone inside, but it looks cool.
Yeah, there's something like that.
All sorts of art installations. Lots of people out.
And these are the love locks. All the people that thought they were in love, and then probably like broke up at some point.
How do you know they're love locks?
Because they say David and Melanie love, and they have hearts on.
Oh my gosh, they do.
This is a very normal thing. You know, it's somebody's job to come and cut all these off. The ferry is leaving. Just so y'all know.
All right, so how would you say it's been so far driving around the peninsula?
So there are no like through roads to go through the park because there's huge mountains and stuff. So all of the peninsula roads go around the national park pretty much. Very few actual through roads through the national park. There's only, I've seen 2 gatehouses so far for the actual entrance station fees. I think we're probably going to be 3 total because we haven't actually gone to the main part of the park yet, which we are going to do later today. But it's been fun. It's been fun. I've not been thoroughly impressed. I like mountains. They have some nice mountains here. Even though they're not like huge mountains, they're still nice mountains. Nice boulders.
You weren't impressed by the tide pools we saw?
The tide pools are cool. I like tide pools.
Where were those?
At Ruby Beach, right?
I think so.
We also went to Rialto Beach.
Yeah.
We floated down a river on our stand-up paddleboards. I can't pronounce the river.
I'm not
So
sure.
it's the river that goes into the Rialto Beach area. You look at a map, you can see it. It starts with a Q. And I really don't want to like butcher the Indian reservation name, for the group.
Yeah.
That'd be bad. It's the Q's.
The Q's.
The Q's. That might be insulting, so let's not say that.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you got it live, baby. What were some of the things we saw at the tide pools?
I don't know. Starfish, sea sponges,
What do you think of the sea sponges?
sea anemones, the enemies of the sea anemones. Sea sponges were, I didn't touch them, but I assume they're soft. That is the boat to Canada. Takes ferry to Canada.
What was the highest we've been so far in the park?
We went to the ridge, the sunrise point, and the ridge trail near the Hurricane Ridge visitor center that burned down. So if you didn't hear, the Hurricane Ridge Visitor Center for Olympic National Park had a devastating fire last year and it was gone. So now they just have bathrooms and water up there, but it's still worth the trek. Take the bus though. There was at least a line of like 75 cars waiting to get in the entrance station, and the bus just drives around them. So it saves you time in that way also.
What was the longest hike we've been on?
Which one was the longest hike? Was that the Mount Storm King? Yeah, so we did Mount Storm King from the Storm King Rangers Center near Crescent Lake. That was about a 4 or 5 mile hike, 2,000 feet of elevation gain. It was not a beginner hike, but it was very good for the beginner most of the way through. There's an end of the road where it literally says end of maintained trail, and from there it's not very good. There's a lot of rock climbing, a lot of very loose rock. I fell a couple times, so it's definitely can be dangerous if you're not careful. Or prepared, for that matter. Some better shoes would have been beneficial for the loose rock. Instead of trail runners, the boots would be good.
And near the trailhead of Mount Storm King, there's also Marymuir Falls. What do you think of that waterfall?
It was average at best. But
Average?
It was probably about 50, 60 feet.
No, it was longer than that.
70 feet. Definitely the best waterfall we've seen in the national park, of Olympic National Park.
Yeah.
Very good. Much worth it.
Is it the best waterfall of the year so far?
No.
No.
No. Tamawana Falls. Is that right?
Oh,
Tamawana Falls?
yeah.
That was probably the best one this year so far.
Okay.
That was by Mount Hood. That was just a little state. I think it's a state park hike. Yeah, there's a little pay station right there on the side of the road. You just pull off, pay your fee, and you go hiking. It's pretty awesome.
What is that in the water?
What?
It's like, is it just a pine cone or is it, oh, seaweed? For a second I thought it was
Could be pine cone.
a sea lion.
A little tiny thing?
But I don't think there's sea lions up here. No, the spiky thing. You can kind of see it like right.
The floating?
Yeah, floating.
Yeah, it looks like,
Okay. Not interesting.
I don't know. There was some seaweed down there, though.
I'm impressed by how clear this water is for a port city.
In all fairness, most of the port traffic goes straight into Seattle now, not here.
Oh, that makes sense.
But, oh, Mount Baker's out in the distance. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera.
Yep, not a cloud.
Catch a seagull. There are a lot of history in this part of the country. A lot of history in this part of the country. Fort Townsend down the way is pretty much derelict old city now, but that's where the old major port used to be on the west coast, north of San Francisco, because all of the ships were wind powered, and that's about as far in as the wind would push those ships. This is what, 1800s maybe? Since the invention of the steam engine, well, that has changed very much, and Port Townsend is no longer a good place to stop when you can just port it right into the mainland with your big motors. Because of steam engine, there's unlimited water to make steam, big boat.
Yeah.
I don't know what modern ships are made of, but sure, a lot of them are coal and I did see some cool stuff. You want a container ship, guys? 1-800-506-7360.
Oh, for all your container solutions. So this is Port Angeles. I was a little surprised. It's a city.
It's a city.
It's got all the amenities.
This is the biggest city between Olympia and Forks for sure, but it's even bigger than Forks. It's the main city up here.
So, but my understanding is there was nothing really here until like the 1800s. If you were, oh my gosh, wow, that's pretty. If you were like,
show Mount Baker?
Yeah.
Mount Baker.
There she is.
We are maybe potentially climbing that in a couple weeks.
Hopefully.
We'll see what the trail conditions are when we're in the area. So we may have to cancel due to melting snow. It's pretty hot right now, so the crevasses might be opening up.
Yeah. If you arrived on this peninsula, the Olympic Peninsula, in like the 1700s, do you think you would survive?
No. No, I don't think so. There were some strawberries and some blackberries and some salmon berries, but I don't really think that's enough to like survive on. I don't eat meat, so like, what do you expect me to do? To go kill some like chipmunks? Like, It's so mean. Chipmunks. Or like deer.
You'd have to eat fish, I think.
Fish. I guess I could fish, but if I didn't have a fishing net or a fishing pole, what would I do? I would have to trade with the local Indians to help me survive. I don't know what I have to offer them, but...
See the, some sort of biplane flying over. And there's Hurricane Ridge, I think, right? It must be that ridge line up there.
Yeah, it was a direction. I'm not sure which ridge, honestly.
One of the guidance we were looking at said it took a military group in the 1800s, it took them a month and a half to get from where we are in Port Angeles up to the ridge because it was so remote, and it's only 17 miles. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of undergrowth that would definitely make travel hard, especially if you didn't know a good path through. You'd have to like find them. Because I'm sure they weren't just like, all right, let's go rock climbing. You know, they're probably trying to find a usable way to get over the mountain, and then realizing that there's just more mountains over the ridge.
So what tips do you have for someone who's going to see Olympic National Park?
Just dead crab.
Oh.
What tips do I have to see? If you're going to Hurricane Ridge, definitely take the bus. Yeah, there's no reason to waste the gas to drive up the ridge when you get to take a bus for $1.
Do you want to walk away from that noise, whatever that is? I think we're gonna have to walk back. Okay.
Construction noise.
Other tips? Where should people stay? What time of year?
I personally think you should come in the summer when it's nice and sunny and not as much rain. It's their dry season. But some people might want to see the rainforest when it's rainy. So if that's you, then come in the shoulder season, which is spring and fall. One of the main things that I saw a lot was everyone has to visit the whole rainforest. But we came in from the west side, southwest side, and we stopped at Kessler Homestead. And there's a nice little hike there around the ranger station that I personally thought was cooler than the whole rainforest hikes.
Really?
You could see more. So it wasn't as crowded, wasn't as tramped down by all the visitors. And you kind of got to step back in history and see an old homestead. And then when you continued walking through the forest, there were still tons and tons of moss on the trees, and everything that the whole rainforest had to offer was also there. That Kessler Homestead might be part of the whole rainforest, but you don't have near as many people visiting that side. So that's one tip that I would say. Check out the Kessler Homestead for a more natural.
Okay. Well, I think what's on our agenda for later today?
We're going to the other main entrance.
Yeah. We're going to check out the Solduck Falls. I don't really know what to expect about the falls.
Solduck Falls.
Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the more impressive in the park, but as you said earlier,
we did just
none of these are that impressive.
We did just paddleboard down the Solduck River for like a mile on our paddleboards. There wasn't that much water flowing, so I can't see how impressive that fall's going to be. But who knows? Maybe it will be pretty cool. Check out the other side of the park. See what else we got going on over here?
Yeah. And my phone is about to die.
Your phone is about to die?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you want to tell...
Stop pointing at me. I want to see... Oh, we have nobody watching.
We had two a second
We had
ago.
two?
Yeah.
Man, I guess maybe we have to do it at night or something.
So, how does Olympic National Park compare to Rainier for you?
They're both really big. Rainier doesn't have as much moss, but otherwise they're very similar.
Rainier has fewer sea stars.
Sea stars, there's no ocean life, there's no beaches at Rainier. So you got beaches, it's like Rainier with moss and beaches. Sea life. Very similar, in my opinion.
Check out
Oh yeah, check out my video on Mount Rainier, right here. I could actually put another one here. This is the touristy side of Mount Rainier. That's the actual Mount Rainier climb that we did. It's at the top of the mountain. Check them out.
All right.
Okay, that's good. Cut. Thanks for watching.